Networks generate enormous amounts of data every second, and buried somewhere in all that data could be the early signs of an attack. In this video, we're going to look at how AI helps security teams find those signals and why the human decisions around configuring of AI settings matter just as much as the technology itself. This is summed up as the data problem. Before we look at how AI helps, we need to understand the problem it's solving. We've already covered tools like NIDS, NIPS, and SIMs, all of which collect and analyze network data. But those tools generate massive amounts of information, and someone has to actually make sense of it all. Everything gets logged. Computers log every action users take. Firewalls, IDS, IPS, and network sensors log all traffic passing through the network. Think about what that means in practice. Every login, every email, every web page loaded, every file accessed, all of it recorded. Firewalls log what they allow and what they block. Intrusion detection systems log suspicious patterns. Application servers log errors and access attempts. Add that up across even a medium-sized organization, and you get more than 10 million data points per day. That's 10 million individual events that could theoretically need a human eye on them. The human limit. Even a large team of analysts cannot carefully examine that volume of data. Important signals can get buried in noise. That's the core problem. A sophisticated attacker moving slowly and quietly at 2 a.m. generates just a tiny fraction of those millions of events. Without help, those warning signs are nearly invisible, just noise in an overwhelming stream of data. That's exactly the gap AI is designed to fill. How AI classifies threats. Threat detection teams build AI algorithms that learn to sort network activity. So how does AI actually solve the data problem? Security teams build AI models, programs that can learn patterns from examples, and feed all of that network data into them. Here we see the starting point, network data. All those millions of log entries, packets, and event records flowing in. That data flows into AI tools for analysis. They examine it, looking for patterns. The key thing that makes this work is training. The model has been shown thousands of examples of both normal activity and known attacks, so it has learned how to look for many different indications. This is similar to how you might have learned to recognize a phishing email after seeing enough examples. It's not following a fixed set of rules, it's learned from experience what suspicious behavior looks like. And the output is a classification, normal or malicious. The AI sorts each event into one of these two buckets. This is the core of its job. Take that overwhelming flood of daily events and reduce it to the ones that actually need a human analyst's attention. The analyst doesn't have to sift through everything, just the items the AI flagged as potentially malicious. Not a binary, a percentage. Unlike signature-based detection, which gives a definitive match or no match, AI models report a probability. You've already learned about signature-based detection, where the system checks network traffic against a known list of attack signatures. The answer is binary, match or no match, yes or no. AI detection is fundamentally different. On the right, you can see 87% likely malicious. The AI isn't saying this is definitely an attack. It's saying, based on what I've seen before, there's an 87% chance this is an attack. That's a very different kind of answer. And it immediately raises a new question. What do you actually do with that number? Who decides whether 87% is high enough to act on? That's what we'll look at next. This is what we're referring to, the threshold decision. We know the AI gives us a probability. Now comes the critical question. Where do you draw the line? At what confidence level does the system raise an alert and hand it off to a human analyst? That decision, the threshold, is one of the most consequential choices an organization makes about its security system. Setting the threshold. Organizations choose their own threshold based on the confidence level to trigger an alert. Think of this bar as a sliding scale of AI confidence. On the far left, 0%. The AI sees nothing suspicious. On the far right, 100%. The AI is almost certain something is malicious. Somewhere between those two extremes, each organization draws the line. Anything that scores above that line triggers an alert. Here, we've set the threshold at 70%. Now, let's look at what that actually means in practice. Below threshold, no alert. logged but not escalated. If the AI assigns a confidence score under 70%, the event still gets recorded in the logs, but no alert fires. The security team never sees it unless they specifically go looking. Above threshold, alert fires. Analyst investigates. Anything at 70% or higher sends an alert to a real person on the security team, who then follows up to decide whether it's a genuine threat. That seems straightforward, but the choice of where to draw that line has real consequences, and there is no universally correct answer. The trade-off. Threshold too high. Only the most obvious attacks trigger alerts. Risk. Real attacks that score below the threshold go undetected. A sophisticated attacker scoring 68% slips through a 75% threshold. False negatives lead to missed threats. If you set the threshold too high, you'll only catch attacks the AI is very confident about. A clever attacker who flies under the radar, generating traffic that looks mostly normal, walks right through a threshold that's too high. The system never alerts anyone. Those are false negatives. Real threats, the system missed entirely. Threshold too low. Many events trigger alerts, including harmless ones. Risk. The security team gets flooded with alerts for normal activity. Analysts start assuming alerts are false alarms. False positives lead to alert fatigue. Set the threshold too low, and the opposite problem emerges. A system administrator doing routine maintenance might trigger an alert. A developer running an unusual script triggers 3 more. After hundreds of these, analysts start treating every alert like background noise. That's alert fatigue, and it's dangerous because when a real attack comes through, it gets the same dismissive response. Every organization must find its own balance based on its risk tolerance, resources, and the sensitivity of its data. This means a hospital protecting patient records makes a very different choice than a small retail business. The right threshold depends on what's at stake and how many people you have to review alerts. Think about it. While working as a defense analyst, your company's AI flags suspicious activity at 65% confidence. The alert threshold is set at 70%. So the AI sees something. It assigns 65% confidence. That's a meaningful signal. But the threshold is 70%, so no alert fires. Nobody on the security team is notified. The data gets logged and sits there. What do you do, and why? Pause and think about this, and discuss as a class or with your partner if working with others, and I'll talk through the considerations when you resume. Pause the video now. There's no single right answer. Some people might argue to lower the threshold. Better safe than sorry, especially if the data being protected is particularly sensitive. Others might say the threshold exists for a reason and the system should be trusted. Some might suggest a middle path. Flag edge cases for a periodic manual review without triggering an immediate alert. The point isn't to find the correct answer, but rather to recognize that the AI gave you summaries of data that a human still has to decide what to do with it. Ultimately, you need to justify the reasoning, not just pick a side. Key takeaways. Networks generate millions of events daily, which is too much for humans to review alone. That's the core problem AI is solving. AI classifies activity as normal or malicious and returns a probability, not a yes-no. Instead of, this is an attack, you get, there's an 87% chance this is an attack. A threshold controls when that probability is high enough to fire an alert. Organizations set this themselves based on their own needs and risk tolerance. Setting the threshold too high misses threats, false negatives. Too low floods analysts with noise, alert fatigue. Every organization has to find its own balance.